It was a normal, busy day at the village market. People moved from stall to stall, buying vegetables and spices. Three chicken shop owners, Ramesh, Harish, and Salim, sat outside their shops, waiting for customers. Their shops were small and simple, with hand-painted signs in Hindi and chickens in bamboo co-ops. The men looked bored, hoping for a sale soon. Suddenly, a well-dressed man named Mr. Arman entered the market. He wore shiny shoes and fancy clothes that didn't match the dusty village. People turned to look at him, curious about who he was. He walked confidently toward Ramesh's chicken shop. Mr. Arman smiled and made an offer to Ramesh. "I'll pay $10 for one chicken," he said. Ramesh's eyes went wide. Most people only paid $6. He looked surprised and a little unsure about the stranger's offer. Ramesh asked, "Why such a high price?" Mr. Arman calmly raised one finger and said, "I need 100 chickens." Ramesh's eyes lit up as he started doing quick math in his head. He imagined all the money he could make from such a big order. Excited by the deal, Ramesh stood up with a smile. "Please come inside," he said, waving his hand toward his shop. Mr. Arman nodded and followed him in. They sat down to talk more privately. Inside the dim shop, Mr. Arman leaned closer. He spoke softly but clearly. "Now I need 400 chickens, and I'll pay $30 each." Ramesh's mouth dropped open in shock. That was way more money than he had ever made at once. Ramesh shook his head and said, "I don't have 400 chickens." Mr. Arman looked outside and pointed at the other two shops. "You could work with them," he said calmly. Ramesh turned to look at Harish and Salim's shops, thinking hard. Mr. Arman stepped out and spoke louder so all three owners could hear. "If you three work together, you can give me 400 chickens." Harish and Salim looked surprised but listened carefully. They all began to think about what this could mean for their business. Ramesh, unsure about bothering the others, said, "There's a poultry farm nearby. Maybe try there." He pointed down the road, hoping Mr. Arman would go. He felt a little nervous about such a big deal. But Mr. Arman had other plans. Mr. Arman shook his head firmly. "No, I want local chickens, and I want to buy from you three," he insisted. His voice was calm but strong. Harish and Salim walked over, now very interested in the conversation. Harish looked at Salim and nodded. "I think we can do this," he said. Salim smiled and added, "Yes, this is a big chance for all of us." They both looked at Ramesh, who still seemed unsure. But now they were all thinking about the profit. Salim asked, "Why do you need so many chickens?" Harish guessed, maybe he owns a big restaurant in the city. They all looked at Mr. Arman with curiosity. Ramesh imagined a large restaurant full of happy customers eating chicken dishes. Harish scratched his head and said, "Why not just buy chickens in the city then?" Ramesh replied, "Because our chickens are cheaper here." He pointed to the co-ops with pride. "But still, it's a lot of money," he added thoughtfully. Salim suddenly looked worried. He whispered, "Something feels strange about this deal." His eyes narrowed, and he frowned slightly. He wasn't sure they should trust Mr. Arman so easily. Ramesh laughed and patted Salim on the shoulder. "We sell chickens, and this is a dream order," he said with a smile. "We should be happy, not scared." But Salim didn't look fully convinced.